Ladies and gentlemen, live from Lima Shenanigans of 1977 is Wednesday or Saturday, and you know what that means. It's time for AEW Dynamite or Collision Event Center. And now here's the man that will bring you the happenings of AEW All Elite Wrestling action, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Lima Shenanigans of 1977, episode 2611. It is October 15, 2025, 11:41 p.m. We're less than 19 minutes away from midnight, ladies and gentlemen. We're halfway through this week, and there's a little side notes that will be going on. I will be doing... I want to see why I'm trying to give myself some time to do the top 10 favorite Nintendo games... Excuse me. My goodness, what the heck is going on? Let's try that again. I want to try to give myself some time after my Pressure Luck episodes tomorrow. Between that and Rant and Rave, I will try to give out my top 10 favorite Nintendo games, Nintendo NES games, excluding the Super Mario games, because that will be going on a separate list. Because in honoring the 40th anniversary of Nintendo Entertainment System coming here to the United States, and Super Mario Brothers coming in the United States as well. So be on the lookout. Look forward to those episodes if I can get them out. If not, I'll probably do them this weekend. Who knows? I got plenty of time. Also, like I said on the last episode, a little friendly reminder that this coming Tuesday episode Shenanigans number 12, the Dirty Dozen, I got a bit of a surprise, so to speak. I cannot say what it is. I just got a huge idea, and it's inspired an idea. It inspired me, so I'm kind of looking forward to the idea, and I will reveal all on this episode, providing that it will straighten itself out. So I'm kind of looking forward to it and to see what happens. Just to say, I'm going to have some fun with this, and hopefully you'll have some fun. I'll have some fun too. So hope you guys have some fun too. And we shall see what happens. It'll be a lot of fun. All I say is look forward to it this Tuesday. I probably won't want to start at 3 o'clock, so I'm going to try to see if I can get everything done beforehand. I'm going to try to get some shopping done, possibly finding it for the weekend and all that good stuff. I know last year my voice went out, but that was last year, but this is this year, folks. So let's talk about what happened on AEW Dynamite Collision, a dual event center combined. This is the final one before WrestleDream. They'll have a tailgate brawl at 7 o'clock. Hopefully on TNT. Hopefully I'll be able to get a chance to see it. Excuse me. So Renee Paquette decided to interview Chris Statlander and Timeless Tony Storm face to face, and Timeless Tony Storm starts taking a few parts of her clothes off, and then Chris Statlander took off her jacket and all that. And then all of a sudden, Renee Paquette says, enough! She took off her jacket, slams it down, and starts talking. And then they went back and forth. Tony Storm says, I'm not the same without the championship. And all that. Chris Statlander says, you want to bring it? And you go, why wait till Saturday? Let's go. So the two went to the ring. They fought it out like women. But then when Chris Statlander and Tony Storm handed the title to Chris Statlander wanted to go hit her. No, he kept on brawling. And then Tony Storm takes the title. Statlander went down on her knees behind her back and said, hit me. She refused to do it. In fact, Tony Storm gave her a kiss on the forehead and said, I'll see you. We'll save it for the rest of us for Saturday. WrestleDream. Looking forward to it. And then Jack Perry addresses the Young Bucks as the Jurassic Express and the Young Bucks will battle it out for $500,000. And then in a tag matchup, The Hurt Syndicate, that's Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin took on the Gates of Agony, Bishop Khan, Toa Leona. And thanks to Ricochet and all that, the Gates of Agony ended up winning that matchup. And in fact, it was supposed to be a trios matchup, but it got so intense, they made it a Tornado Trios matchup for Saturday between the Hurt Syndicate and The Demand. John Moxley went face-to-face with Darby Allin, but they were in some kind of prison. You know, in prison, when you had the visitor talks to the prisoner and stuff, that's what it was. And as they were talking smack, Pac attacked him and made him bleed in the other separate room. See, these Death Riders, I think they don't get it. You know, they want, so I understand it, but the way you're doing about it, basically Darby Allin says, I understand what you're trying to do, but you're going about it the wrong way. So in singles action, Roderick Strong took on Claudio Castagnoli, and Claudio won the matchup there. And the Don Callis family, to celebrate Don Callis' birthday, and then Konosuke Takeshita sends a birthday message to Don Callis. I could not be there, but hoping to honor you by winning the IWGP World Heavyweight title against Zack Sabre Jr. And that's exactly what happened over the weekend. Konosuke Takeshita ended up winning the IWGP World Heavyweight title. But Kazuchika Okada decided to shut it off. Okada and Takeshita don't like each other. So, and as you know, Okada and Takeshita don't have a AEW tag team title shot against Bro Dito. We'll see them later on. Sorry, folks. Then, I should have paused that. Sorry about that. And then Don Callis introduces Mark Davis, Josh Alexander, and Hechicero. You know, if Don Callis could, he could have utilized Aussie Open, since that Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher were Aussie Open. They could have brought them back together. It looks like Kyle Fletcher's been successful with the TNT title. And so in the trios match, Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega took on Hechicero, Mark Davis, and Josh Alexander, the Walking Weapon. And with Kenny Omega and Jurassic Express ended up picking up the victory, but the Young Bucks attacked the Express after the matchup. Omega stops them, and then the Express fights back with taking out not only the Young Bucks but members of the Don Callis family. Jamie Hayter went one-on-one with Sky Blue, with Jamie Hayter picking up the victory, and then Tekla, the Toxic Spider, the third member of the Triangle of Madness, addresses Jamie Hayter as she challenges Jamie Hayter to a match at WrestleDream. That match will happen at WrestleDream. Meanwhile, Renee Paquette interviewed Mercedes Moné, and she said she's going to celebrate her 10 titles. I call her Ultimone Dragon, because she surpassed the Ultimo Dragon with the most titles held, with 10. And I think she's going to celebrate at WrestleDream. I think someone might interrupt Mercedes Moné at WrestleDream, whoever that may be. I hope to God it's Mina Shirakawa. Anyways, even though she is the interim women's television world champ for the time being, I think being TBS champion will be cool. Hangman Adam Page joins on commentary as the Ops defend the trio's titles against LFI. And the Ops pick up the victory, but LFI decides to attack the Ops. And then Roosh looks at Hangman Adam Page, spits on him, and then Hangman Adam Page comes up, fights off LFI, faces off with Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe ends up walking away. Meanwhile, the team of Kyle O'Reilly and Orange Cassidy of the conglomeration, and against Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia, but Moxley, Pac, and Marina Shafir all got involved during the matchup, and in the end, Yuta and Garcia ended up winning. And then Death Riders decided to attack O'Reilly and Cassidy after the matchup, and then Tomohiro and Ishii and Roderick Strong came in for help, but they were no match. And then Darby Allin comes out slowly, and then Castagnoli uppercuts him. And then everyone else brawls to the back, but Darby Allin gets up, addresses John Moxley. He says, not too late for you to say I quit, but then Moxley DDTs Allen on top of the flag that he used for Mount Everest, and then walks away. Megan Bain addresses Will Nightingale as her and Penelope Ford join forces as they go up against the team of Will Nightingale and the lovely, gorgeous, and capacious babe, and multi-talented babe, I might add, Harley Cameron. Love her. And then Stokely and FTR addresses both Kevin Jet Speed and Mike Bailey. And, Stokely, I want, if I was a professional wrestler, I would grab him by the throat and choke slam him to a table. I can't stand that guy. Anyways, Jet Speed, Will Nightingale, and Harley Cameron interrupts FTR and Bane, addressing them as they won't go out there. And then Jet Speed and Nightingale fought off both FTR and Stokely. And then Justin Roberts announced that the match between Harley Cameron and Megan Bain starts now. These two went at it. Harley Cameron has motivation for Megan Bain taking her out, breaking her nose, taking her out of action for 3 months. And in the end, Megan Bain ended up winning the matchup. And Eddie Kingston and Hook issue a challenge for the tailgate brawl this Saturday. So who's going to step up to those two guys? We'll find out. Then Lexington interviewed Max Caster and Anthony Bowens and say, hey, we have no choice. Tony Khan, can you please not let me team up with this guy anymore and all that? And then Lexington goes, ladies and gentlemen, they claim we're not anymore. Stop that. I always said, okay, you're the former Acclaimed, okay? You're the team formerly known as the Acclaimed. I should call them Team Stupid Idiots because they act like small children, for goodness sakes. I don't care how many covers you have, and I don't care. I always said, Anthony Bowens, I don't care how many magazine covers you had, and I don't care about you're the best wrestler alive. And if you don't guys get together, you're going to be the both best wrestlers dead, because the fact of the matter is, you're going to be getting your butts kicked every single time if you keep running your mouths. That's what I would have said, but might I digress. And then the main event was a trios matchup with Don Callis joining on commentary, Mark Briscoe, and the AEW World Tag Champs Brodito took on Kyle Fletcher, Lance Archer, and Rocky Romero. Briscoe and Brodito won the matchup, and then Briscoe and Fletcher still continued the brawl after the back. El Clone came out to distract the tag champs, and Kazuchika kind of waffled them with the belts. And in the end, celebrating with Don Callis. I think that Brodito gets along better than Konosuke Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada. So, you know what? I just realized something. Since Takeshita is now the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, how about making a title triple header match? Remember the one back in '95 in the WWE, or when the World Wrestling Federation with Diesel and Shawn Michaels defending against Yokozuna and Owen Hart? Diesel was the WWE champion. Michaels was the Intercontinental champion. Yoko and Owen were the tag team champions. And whoever came out, and if Diesel and Michaels pins one of them, they become tag team champions and keep their titles. But let's say Yokozuna pins Diesel, Yokozuna will be a three-time champ. Or if Yokozuna pins Shawn Michaels, Yokozuna had the opportunity to be a Triple Crown champion, so to speak. Owen had an opportunity to get one of those titles as well. Because Owen either pins Diesel, he becomes WWE World Champion, or he pins Shawn Michaels, he becomes the Intercontinental Champion. A whole mess that came out was Owen was unable to compete. Here comes the British Bulldog, and Owen Hart got involved. Afterwards, he gets pinned. Diesel and Shawn Michaels are the new tag team champions, but they got a rematch, and they lost to Yokozuna and Owen Hart again. So there's that. Then, and I think the Smoking Guns beat them for the belts, I think. Got their belts back. I don't know, so I'm not so sure. So there's that. So I figured, why not do that for WrestleDream? Brodito, and in fact, Bandito is also the Ring of Honor World Champion. How about this? This gets interesting. Have all four titles be put up. The tag team titles of AEW, the AEW Unified title, the IWGP World title, and the Ring of Honor World title. Let's just say For all intents and purposes, if Konosuke Takeshita or Kazuchika Okada pin Bandito, not only they'll become tag team champions, but whoever made the pin on Bandito will be the Ring of Honor World Champion. And also they be both Takeshita and Okada become tag team champions. But if, let's say, Brody King pins Kazuchika Okada, he becomes the AEW Unified Champion. Or if he ends up pinning Konosuke Takeshita, he wins the IWGP World Heavyweight title. You follow me here? So that's what he should have done. Making things interesting. I don't care, but it is. I think only the AEW World Tag Titles are on the line. Well, we'll see what happens here. So that's all the time there is to it. This episode is complete. We're almost midnight, so I will see you guys later. Good night, everyone. Like tomorrow, we got Pressure Luck, we got Rant and Rave, TNA, all the good stuff. All the good stuff. Thank you for tuning in. So until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and do it for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.